John Barrymore said, "Sex, the thing that takes up the least amount of time and causes the most amount of trouble." And Marlene Dietrich was quoted saying, "Sex in America an obsession, in other parts of the world a fact." So let's continue our discussion on BDSM. Leather whips and chains, oh my. Wikipedia defines perversion as a type of human behavior that deviates from that which is understood to be orthodox or normal. Hey there, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Toward Intentions. I'm your host, Austin Fox. Studies show that the majority audience and participants of BDSM are not only mentally healthy, but upstanding citizens. They blend right in and go unnoticed to the naked eye. Kind of gives new meaning to the phrase, "Don't judge a book by its cover." So, why does BDSM get a bad rap? Sure, some of the scenarios are not for the faint of heart, and especially if you have some trust issues. So yeah, I can kind of get that. But luckily, there are some movies such as Basic Instinct starring Sharon Stone and Body of Evidence starring Madonna that give us a pretty good insight as to some of the more tame scenes that can take place with two consenting adults, such as being tied to a bedpost as to limit the mobility and to enhance the feeling of your partner having their erotic way with you. Or how about drizzling hot candle wax down your body, then following it with a cool liquid to stop the sting and finally being caressed by their tongue. The fun people can have with BDSM when the roles are chosen and carried out. And the roles are very simple. They are dominant and submissive. Now, the big misconception to the roles is that the dominant has to be the top and the sub has to be the bottom. Well, here's a quick vocabulary lesson. The top is the person that does the penetration and the bottom is the person that receives. Well, I'm here to tell you they don't. In one case of a female dom, or dame as she is referred to, she is in total control of the sub's orgasm. In other words, she can stretch it out for as long as she sees fit, and then and only then when she says that he may penetrate her will he be allowed to gratify himself. And even then, she is still in control. So if, let's say midway through, she decides to stop and make him edge, well, he has to follow suit. In other instances, she may choose to peg him and make him beg for more. Pegging is the act of a female using a strap-on for her male counterpart. And despite what many of you are thinking, pegging is not new, it's just recently been made popular. But don't worry about it. Even though the bottom plays the subservient role, the ironic thing is with BDSM that the sub is always in charge. Remember last when we spoke, we talked about the importance of the safe word. Well, a true dom is caring and nurturing, taking the sub to their limit but never insistent on pushing past. BDSM allows the opportunity for role reversal, all the while feeling safe and cared for. Relationships are defined as intimacy, as clear, frank, self-revealing emotional communication. But a lot of people put intimacy in the same category as sex, except it's not. Well, sure, of course, you can be sexual with a total stranger, but you can never truly be intimate with one. There's nothing about wham bam thank you ma'am or hit it and quit it that says intimate. Now, most couples don't like to talk about how the other makes love, and sometimes that little lack of communication makes for an unpleasant thought of, who is the stranger laying next to me? And that can be so unfortunate for those loving couples in a long-term relationship. I can almost guarantee you that a new BDSM couple of 3 months has a better sex life than that of a long-term relationship couple having traditional sex, because of the ongoing detailed discussions that are required. So, if perversion is the deviation of something orthodox, how can successful communication be placed in that category? I think the true perversion lies with the one who doesn't speak up and says what's on their mind. Next time, I'll go in depth with the different types of relationships that BDSM has to offer, with a quick beginner's guide to submissives, slaves, pets, and littles. So, don't forget to check me out at towardintentions.com, and please find and follow me on Twitter at towardintention. That site is recently open and pretty bare. Just stay plugged in and you'll hear all my random outbursts and thoughts. Or if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to email me at towardintentions@gmail.com. And with that, I'll leave you with my final thought. I've always thought that having sex is like playing bridge. If you don't have a good partner, you better have a good hand. This is Austin Fox, saying so long, everybody.